Carissa K, and welcome to another show of Hey, I Seen That. Today I will be reviewing One Night in Miami, Chi-Raq, and Bad Trip.
New heavyweight champion of the world.
Say, champ, you don't suppose you could sign an autograph?
Yeah, of course, man. Give him an autograph, Jim.
Actually, Mr. Cook.
Oh, sure thing, brother. Don't you think it's about time?
Every day, people dying, every day. Mom's crying, every day. Father's trying, every day. Trying to get my head straight. It's the city of Chi-Raq, and get your bed made.
Do you want justice?
Please pray for my...
Can you just hit that on switch on the vacuum for me? Thanks, man. Oh my God, turn it off! Oh, I'm gonna get fired again! Oh! It's finally time for that big adventure, brother. I'm talking road trip to the promised land. The NYC. We're not taking my sister's car, man. She will kill us. Your sister's in jail.
All right, let's start with One Night in Miami. Let's talk about the cast. This film was directed by Regina King. It starred Malcolm X, Muhammad Ali, Sam Cooke, and Jim Brown. The actors were Kingsley, Ben-Adir, Eli, Goree, and Aldis. I know I just messed his name up. Aldis Hodge. This film was a joy to watch, and you should definitely check it out. Let's get into more details. This film was about Sam Cooke, Cassius Clay, and Malcolm X. They all three had success in their career, and they all wanted to celebrate that night. And this particular film just depicts their encounter for that entire night. What parts stood out to me? I would say the interaction between Cassius Clay, which is Muhammad Ali, and Sam Cooke. It was very intense. It was very, very intense. And actually the interaction between Sam Cooke and Malcolm X was the interaction that was very intense. Both actors delivered their monologues effectively, and everyone was believable in their role. If I had to pick the standout performance in this film, I would say Cassius Clay. That particular actor delivered. You will see. He is Muhammad Ali. I enjoyed him so much. And every time he said, I'm so pretty. Oh yeah. It's like, I'm so pretty. Yes. I enjoyed that film. One of the lines that stood out to me in this particular film is, and I'm going to read from my laptop. Everybody talks about how they want the piece of the pie. I want the whole damn recipe. I like that. Right? Like, why do you want a piece when you can have the recipe so that you can create and even make it better? You know, I really enjoyed that particular line. And I think the script overall was well written. It was very well written. And like I said before, you can easily follow the film and understand what's going on. So you should definitely check this film out. I rate One Night in Miami with 4 stars. So don't forget to check this film out. So my next film is Chi-Raq. Chi-Raq was directed by Spike Lee. It starred Nick Cannon, Wesley Snipes, Angela Bassett, and many more. Let's get into this film. Initially, watching this film when it started, I started thinking, but then as it went on and on, I really started enjoying this film. What this film is about is it's about Chicago's gang violence and how the women of these particular gang members decided to take matters into their own hands to solve a problem that was affecting the whole city. And you have to watch the film to see how it turns out, but they had a very interesting way of changing things, I should say. I really wonder how effective that would be in real life. You know, how effective would that be? You know, I'm just gonna go ahead and spoil it because you still need to see it. The women decided to abstain from sex and the men were going crazy. So you gotta watch this and see how it turns out. The standout performance in this film is from Wesley Snipes. Oh yes, he delivered yet again. Angela Bassett, it was a joy to see her as well. She did a great job. So you should definitely check this film out. I guarantee you will be very entertained. Starts out a little like, but just get through that first 10 minutes and you will be enlightened and entertained. And that's what it's all about. I'm gonna give Chi-Raq a total of 3 stars. So check Chi-Raq out, and it's a Spike Lee joint. So the next film is Bad Trip. Ooh, this was so hilarious. Bad Trip was directed by Kitao Sakurai. It starred André, Lil Rel, and Tiffany Haddish. When I started watching the film, I honestly thought it was a depiction of punk, you know, live, practical joke, prank is what it started out seeming like it was. And then you keep watching even more and you're like, hold up, is it a practical joke or is this a film? It was a combination of the two, which was genius because you had moments of the film where it was all script or it could have been improv. And then you had the practical joke aspect that you received genuine reactions from the public and it was classic. I'm talking about hilarious. I laughed from beginning to start and I'm honestly gonna watch it again because I think I missed stuff. And it was really, really hilarious. The standout performance in this film was Tiffany Haddish. She was at her best in this film. Very believable, very hilarious. Lil Rel was right. He was right behind her neck and neck, you know, just you know, cracking me up. And André, he took the cake. Because he did most of the practical joke stunts. Yeah, I don't know how he did all of that, but I don't want to spoil too much, but it was definitely a must-see. I'm going to rate Bad Trip with 4 peaches. I'm going to rate Bad Trip with 4 peaches. You should definitely take the time out to watch this film. You won't be disappointed. And again, remember, it's going to start out like it's a practical joke thing, and then it goes on, and then it's like a movie. It was definitely a genius idea, and the cast just did a wonderful job. Hilarious. All right, so now we're in my favorite part, and that is cue the music. Yes, it's time for Fucked Up in the Game. Do you understand? Fucked Up in the Game. So I wanted to change my Fucked Up in the Game segment now, as opposed to putting one particular film in the Fucked Up in the Game category. I just wanted to touch on what was fucked up in the game in each film that I reviewed today. So stand by, because each of these films had some fucked up in the game moments. The fucked up in the game moments in One Night in Miami are: number one was how Malcolm X had to live. It showed how paranoid Malcolm was, how Malcolm was being followed, and also you knew he was being betrayed by his own team of people that were there to protect him. And that particular part was definitely the fucked up in the game part. And then two, they showed a moment of his family having to deal with racism, and that was definitely fucked up in the game. Fucked up. Okay, the next fucked up in the game moment was just the fact that all four of these successful brothers having to fight racism, having the pressure of being an activist on their shoulders, when all they wanted to do was just be successful. You know, Muhammad Ali just wanted to be a successful boxer. Malcolm X just wanted to motivate and enlighten people. And Sam Cooke, he just wanted to write. And he finally got that opportunity to write a song that was impactful for the movement. This movie is definitely filled of moments dealing with racism, so all of that for sure is fucked up in the game, and it's sad to see that we're still dealing with those issues today. So yeah, so those are my fucked up in the game moments for One Night in Miami. The fucked up in the game moments in Chi-Raq is: number one, having a loved one die from gang violence. You know, that is fucked up in the game. Two is being in a relationship with a loser. Come on, women. I mean, I know that money makes the world go around, and the reality is not all money is good money, you know? And if you're in love with a loser and he's a gangbanger, girl, why? Why are you wasting your time? Fucked up in the game. Being in love with a loser. And last but not least is having a partner that's abstaining from sex. After you've been having it. It's one thing if you meet someone and they're abstinent, that's another story. But if you've been in a relationship and then all of a sudden your partner just wants to hold out because they're trying to prove a point, that's fucked up in the game. Do you understand? Fucked up. You know, I gotta keep playing the music. Fucked up in the game. That's right. Fucked up. Now, these fucked up in the game moments that are coming from Bad Trip, if this doesn't make you want to see this film, I don't know what's wrong with you. But the first fucked up in the game moment in Bad Trip is getting stuck in a urinal and having shit spilled on you because the urinal tips over. Fucked up. Fucked up. Fucked up. I'm telling you, fucked up. I was like, fucked up. Fucked up. The next fucked up moment in Bad Trip is getting your dick stuck in a toy with your friend. So both of you got your dick stuck in this toy. You know, And I think it was one of those Chinese toys where it's meant for your finger. So you stick your finger in it and then you try to pull it apart, and it's hard to come apart, and you got to figure out how to get your finger out of it. Well, the fucked up in the game moment, 2 dicks got stuck in it. And when I tell you that shit was stupid, it was fucking hilarious. I'm like, I know they didn't just get their dick stuck in this toy. I can't even tell you the moment before and the moment after. You just have to watch Bad Trip. Fucked up in the game. Next is getting robbed by your sibling. I mean, good gracious, your own sibling gonna rob you and potentially get you fired. Like, come on, if that's not fucked up in the game, I don't know what is. So those are the fucked up in the game moments this week. Just fucked up. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's show of, hey, I seen that. So I hope you take the time out to catch these films. Again, you won't be disappointed. So tune in for next week. And don't forget, sit back and relax and watch a movie with me. And remember, hey, I seen that.